Cheshire Police Constable PC Matthew Foy has been able to keep his job after a gross misconduct hearing for running over and killing 80-year-old Leslie Wakefield in his unmarked police BMW on Warrington Road, Penketh, on Monday, February the 3rd, 2020. Foy was driving an unmarked police BMW at the time when he says he was overtaken by a Toyota Aygo, which then drove off at speed. PC Foy is then said to have tailed the driver without activating his lights or siren, reaching speeds of up to 68 miles an hour in a 30 mile an hour zone. Mr Wakefield is said to have been struck by Foy's vehicle as he walked into the witness-bound carriageway from the central reservation near to the crossing by the Red Lion pub, around 30 metres ahead of the oncoming police vehicle. Mr Wakefield suffered catastrophic injuries that led to his death very soon after the collision. Foy was accused of discreditable conduct in relation to a failure to activate his emergency warnings whilst travelling at speed in a residential area. However, the panel found no case to answer, because Mr Wakefield's life clearly doesn't matter. Barney Branston, representing Cheshire Police, said, had PC Foy properly assessed the risk to pedestrians in a built-up area with people going about their business, we say he would have activated his emergency warning signs. In all probability, that would have alerted Mr Wakefield to the presence of an unmarked police car. That car, at its fastest, had a speed 2 miles an hour short of the motorway speed limit, and in an area where it was 30 miles an hour, way more than double in any view. Our assessment is that he was overly focused on the other vehicle, and we suggest that he had something of a tunnel vision. PC Foy could reasonably have foreseen such harm. This is why we say gross misconduct, and so serious that dismissal is justified. But the panel, who was said to have watched dashcam footage, concluded they had no case to answer, stating that what he did was for a clear policing purpose and there was an operational necessity. In view, he did not go outside of the parameters of what might be considered reasonable. What he did was in accordance with his training, and in those circumstances his conduct is not considered to be discreditable. We therefore dismissed the case against PC Foy. Detective Superintendent Helena Banusic, head of Cheshire Police's Professional Standards Department, said following the hearing, "Firstly, I would like to express my deepest sympathies to the family of Mr Wakefield. I can only imagine the pain that they have endured over the past 2 years, and I acknowledge that this has not been helped by the process they have had to go through and the length of time it has taken. While nothing can be done to bring back Mr Wakefield, I do hope that having heard all of the details, his family are able to start rebuilding their lives following the conclusion of this process." Deputy Chief Constable Chris Armitt added, "I would like to express my sympathy to the family of Mr Wakefield following this tragic incident. As a police service, it is essential that the people of Cheshire have both confidence and trust in the service we deliver, and I understand that incidents such as this can cause concern within our communities. That is why it is vital that in cases of this nature, investigations are concluded independently from the force, ensuring that there can be no bias or prejudice. In this case, the independent panel has found that PC Foy followed all of the relevant procedures and could not have done anything more to avoid the collision. It truly is a tragedy for all involved." And this seems to be the problem with police. Instead of educating people, they want to up their statistics all the time. If people really wanted people to stop speeding, they would simply light them up at the earliest opportunity, and instead of waiting for them to gather more evidence for an offence in order to issue them a fixed penalty notice, which in reality only sees people with a fine to put money into the system. Speeding is dangerous. One car speeding is bad enough, but to have the police following doing exactly the same thing instead of simply letting the person know that they are there and getting them to reduce their speed makes it doubly dangerous, as poor Mr Wakefield and his family have found out. Big thank you to channel supporters, especially these guys. Your support is truly appreciated. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, as I know many of you will. And until next time, stay safe, look after each other, film the police and other officials.